nothing to it. Real one, ain't nothing to it. Boss, ain't nothing to it. Nothing to it. Real one, ain't nothing to it.
Welcome back to another video, but welcome back to a review, y'all. So I haven't did a review in a long time, and I think that today is the day that I have gotten better with them. Today's review is on 50 shades of Fenty nude concealers, nude translucent powder shades. If you want to see how I achieve this flawless face, in my opinion about how I feel about the concealer and also the powder, then keep on watching. Hey, you're probably thinking like, oh, you rarely do reviews. Let's see with this new Fenty. I did this eyeshadow. It will be up. If it's not up before this, then it will be up after. Or you know, I reviewed the Briana Fenty foundation. I will leave it right here. I like the foundation, but I don't think it's for me. When I think of Fenty, I think of, oh my god, it's Briana. But I don't get excited when they be like, oh my god, Fenty, I gotta grab it, I gotta hurry up. It's nothing like in my head like, oh, first priority, I have to go get Fenty. No, it can wait for me. She came out with concealers, and I love concealers, and I love full coverage, everything full coverage. Now the foundation, on the other hand, after trying it and it sit on my face and stuff like that, it did get oily, and then it also oxidized a little bit, so it was a little bit too red for me. So after I exchanged it, I just never went back and grabbed another one. It was medium to full coverage, but I can still see like some discoloration that when I use other foundations, I can't see it. It's not going to be a 100% Fenty review. It's going to be like more 75% on the things that I got. So if you want to stay tuned, then you definitely want to keep on watching to get my honest opinions. Face was prepped off camera. Everything was prepped off camera. 52. So I went to the store and got me some 50, y'all. They came out with 50 new shades, and each shade is the number of the foundation, I heard, and it's supposed to complement your foundation. So say if you're like, what was I think I was like 4 something, so they have a concealer that's 4 something, but it's not supposed to be the same exact color as the foundations. You know, like it to be really light. Only grabbed 2 concealers and 2 powders. So in the shade 390 and 380 as my concealers, and the shade Honey and Hazelnut for the powders. Now when it came to the powders, I just picked up any ones. I was thinking more of things to set the concealer with. I wasn't thinking about overall face. Go exchange one of them if they don't work. But now moving on to concealers, you know, Fenty packaging is sleek. We don't need to go through all that. It's just like a mini bottle of foundation. Disclaimer, this is not a paid sponsorship. I didn't get sent this stuff. I want to go buy this with my own money. These are the bottles. These are how they look, just like a Fenty tube. And nope, we gotta twist it. I think I'm gonna use both shades. I'm gonna use both shades, y'all. 90 was kind of, I'm gonna use that one first, kind of close to my skin tone. So yeah, 390 off back is already on the orangey side. It kind of reminds me of Fawn a little bit. Off back, the concealers are really thick. If you're not into like thick concealers, then no. I'm gonna try my best not to apply a lot. Y'all know me, I like to go crazy. I didn't go crazy with the foundation today either, and I'm so proud of myself. First into LA Girl. Let me swatch LA Girl for y'all real quick. I'm gonna swatch it on the back of my hand. LA Girl is watery, but you know you gotta shake it up because that stuff be at the bottom. It says Fenty. You can hear it coming out the tube thick. So this is Fenty. Fenty is way more thicker than LA Girl. LA Girl is more watery than Fenty. I mean, I'm more of a full coverage girl, so I don't mind it. So we want to test to see how these concealers blend out. Like, does it dry quick? So it's on the back of my hand, and I want to see how fast the concealer dries. I think this is a perfect shade for me. Like, the concealer is perfect, both of them together, and just 390. Because if I want to highlight like with a lighter concealer, that is like the perfect shade for me. I picked up a good shade for the concealers. Didn't dry on me. They did not dry. So it still gives me time to move around with this concealer. And if I wanted to let it sit for a minute, I could. But y'all know I don't do that. I don't let nothing sit. Believe me, I like it already because of the full coverageness. Y'all know me, I have scars from acne marks, and I love full coverage foundation. And I just feel like even if I get my skin clear, I will still use full coverage foundation. And then also I would use a beauty blender to actually blend this stuff out, because if you use like a brush or something, it's really gonna look extra cakey. Blender is best. They have those, but I don't have it. A beauty blender is best. I'm a fan of this concealer. Okay, down full coverage is okay. Barely creasing, because y'all know I like to go back in with my LA Girl Pro concealer before I set it really quick after I do my contour, because sometimes I crease a little bit, but I'm barely even creasing. Let me give it a little bit. The thing that I like about this concealer is it gives you time in between time to blend it out. What you really want to see is how it's going to react in these photos. That's what I want to see. Did not set anything at all. It's barely even creasing. I'd say a little bit, but let me see if I can blend it out without putting extra concealer on there. Definitely blend this out without putting extra concealer on there, versus for my LA Girl Pro concealer I have to go back in a little bit more before I put my powder on to put more concealer on, because when I try to blend out the creases, it just still, the creases are still there. So love this concealer already. I love this case. Look at this case. I love it. Here we have honey, and right here we have hazelnut. I'm gonna use both of the powders. I think I'm going to use honey underneath, and then I'm going to use hazelnut like right here, more so right here. I didn't put enough concealer right here, but I'm still using it, and up here. So I'm gonna put the darker concealer on like the other highlighted areas, like right here and right here, and I'll put honey somewhere else. So it does have a smell to it, but it's not like it's not like Huda. No shade, but it's not like Huda's. Love how buttery and smooth they feel. I definitely love the texture of this. Don't feel chalky at all. Feel finely milled. Already A+ with the powder. Still, it's good because if it's not strong, like I said, like Huda's, then it's nothing to worry about. Off back, this like melted into my skin. Basically the same color. This one maybe a little bit lighter, but this one is basically like the same color as, it just melted into the skin. Like I never seen a, well, it says it's translucent, but this one is translucent too, but I never seen, but this one, it gives me flashback if I don't wipe it off with my MAC powder. So I don't know if this does if I don't wipe it off with my MAC powder. So we are going to test it and we're going to see. Off back, I love how it melted into the skin. I think I'm going to use this right here to set the rest of my face. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Even though the powder is sitting on a little bit, and I did this to like kind of stretch my skin, I am creasing a little bit. I don't know what's going on. All right, so I'm gonna insert a picture of me creasing. This is for my front camera so that y'all can see me is creasing. I'm going to set my whole face with hazelnuts. The powders are lightweight, so you can't really feel them. My face feels really airy. I didn't put a lot of foundation on. Now I love everything that the powder gives, but I don't love that I'm creasing. What really went wrong is the concealer. It may be the concealer and not the powder, or it may just be the powder in general. So let me know if y'all want me to try the concealer again, but with a different powder. We are back with the review, but I'm not doing the outro intro. We want to test to see if this has flashback, okay? So I'm going to turn off all my lights. I like doing it in the dark. I'm going to turn off all my lights. I'm going to take a picture with flash from the back. So y'all see that? Now, it didn't give flashback at all. Y'all really can't tell, but I will insert the picture. But the only thing is, I should never set with hazelnut. Even though it was dark and it looked like my skin tone, setting all over with that color I love everything that came out. The only thing is, I should never set my full face with hazelnut, even though it looked just like my foundation, something I could set with. I should never set with that because therefore it made me look ashy. Lighter, not ashy, let me not say that. I'll meet y'all in the intro so that y'all can hear my final thoughts. Y'all have made it to the end, and I just want to say that Briana did an amazing job with everything in this collection, but it's some pros and cons about some stuff. I reviewed the concealer and I have no problem with the concealer. The concealer is fine to me, like it's absolutely fine to me. But the thing is, with the powders, I creased. I don't know what it was, but I creased with the powders. And therefore, I'm thinking I will leave a clip right here so that you can see what I'm talking about. This is from the one at the bottom, which is LA Girl Pro Concealer, and the one at the top is Fenty Concealer. It did not dry at all completely, and I think this is why I creased. Now, maybe it might be the powder, but I'm convinced that it's the concealer. Overall, I love the concealer, but I don't want to put the blame on neither of the product. I want to keep the same concealer from Fenty, review that, and I want to try a different powder to test to see why I'm creasing. Maybe it's because the concealer did not dry all the way, or is it because of the powder? It did not give me flashback. That's awesome. The other thing with the powder is I would not use it all over. Overall, I do like both of the products. Both of the products perform well except for the creasing. I love how thick and consistency and full coverage the concealer is. Therefore, I also love how the powder just melted into my skin. Like, it melted into my skin. Saw it, like I thought it was one color, but then when it got on my skin, it was like, it was just concealer. So I hope that y'all enjoyed the tutorial. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Please comment down below. Please, I want to know y'all opinions about this tutorial. Let me know, have y'all tried the Fenty concealers? Have y'all got them yet? Let me know what y'all thoughts. And until then, I'll see you guys on the next review.